So this is going to be part two. We installed the front camera and the F-PACE, and now this is the rear camera. So this will go up against the back glass, and you can kind of adjust this to where you kind of want it, so it kind of moves. And then this is the cable that's going to go from the front to the rear, and then plugs into here. So you got male, female, and this will plug into the front with that little pigtail in the front. I got a few tools to remove some of the trim along the side. What I'm going to do is tuck this wire along the headliner to the back of the car. So let's get started on that. Here's the camera, the front camera. If you're doing the rear, remember we left this little dongle up here for the rear camera. We're going to tuck that wire all along the inside edge under the headliner, all along here, all across the side, till we get to the back, and then mount the camera back there. So, and the way we do that is, we take the cable, kind of tuck it up under there, all the way around. I'll show you a couple little ideas I have as far as keep it up there. You can tuck it up there, but these are some ideas that I have. And I'm going to show you that basically by putting a zip tie around the cable and cutting the head of the zip tie off, put a little piece of tape on it so it doesn't scratch, and that'll kind of keep it up there. So when you're pushing it up there, it has kind of like something to resistance to keep it up there. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So first, I'm going to go ahead and put the zip tie so it's facing up. So when we tuck it under there, it faces up. Then I'm going to cut that little tail off and then wrap some tape around it. So now you can see I have this like little nub here, and that's going to kind of go right here. I'll do another one like right here. So go ahead and put that in there. So I'll add these and then I'll show you how I tuck it in. So I got the other one here. So let's go ahead and tuck that up under there. So kind of come back here, hold on this a little bit, and then lock in place here. Pull this down a little bit and lock it in place. I'm gonna want to take this off so I can run this wire behind the airbag, which is right here. And to do that, you're just gonna pull down on this. So you give it a good tug. Get there, give it a good tug. And this kind of just pulls right off. Same thing, I'm gonna do it over here because we're gonna take this part off. Now that that's off, I'm gonna grab this. There's a couple of clips under here. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this airbag off. There's like a little clip inside there. Do that, and then just pop this off. So let me show you that. Okay, so you kind of pull this pillar back, and that white thing, that's your airbag. And what you want to do is have the wire go behind the airbag. So as we're coming up along here and tucking this in, there's that little nub. I'm gonna pull this down a little bit and tuck it behind there so it stays. And now I want to thread this behind the airbag. So I'm gonna go under this and continue down. Make sure you can see this. This is behind the airbag right here, so it's behind it. So I'm kind of gonna pull this up so it definitely gets behind it. Looks like it's in front of it, but it's not. We get behind there and kind of continue on down this way. This is pretty ingenious. So take this handle off. It's a pretty cool setup. So there's these two covers here, a little slot. So you can put a little tiny screwdriver on the top of that slot. You pop it down. And when you pop it down, it holds the handle down. So basically you come over here, pop it down, and then you get that out. It's a T27, I believe. Let's take a look. Yeah, I'm using a Torx 27 to get those two little screws out. So go in here, loosen that up, loosen that up, go ahead and then take this handle off. Try not to lose the bolt. There's one. this with one hand. And then there's a second one. And now this is unattached. So now I can take this, pull this down, to help pull this down to get behind here. So let's go ahead and do that. So here we are from the outside. As you can see, I'm tucking this in behind the airbag all the way down. There's a big gap in here. So run up in here and continue on this side here. So let me go ahead and get this tidied up and continue on. To reinstall this trim, just gonna line it up and just push it back up. That's simple. Now wait till I get this over here. I want to wait till I push this back in place, and then once I push that back in place here, then I'll put this back. Because what we're doing now is we got it on this side, and I'm going to kind of do the same thing over here. So as you can see in there, there's an airbag, and the wire is tucked. I'll try to focus on this. Behind the airbag, not in front of it, but it's behind the airbag. So it's all tucked behind. As you can see here, it's behind the airbag. So now I'm sure the airbag has enough power to maybe rip that wire out, but you know, I don't want to test that theory. So we're going to continue on, going to the back here. Okay, so I continue the cable down behind the black there, and it just tucks into the top up here. I came all the way down along here, and then I kind of lifted this up and kind of peek under the headliner, as you can see right here, and then the headliner is right there. So what I did is I kind of pushed the wire up, got it up under here, and kind of pulled it through here. So now this is where we're at right now. So I'm gonna put all this back together and figure out how I wanna get this wire routed through there so I can put it on the back window. When I get to the wiring loom up here, you have to take the wing off, which is 5 bolts. There's one here, 10 millimeter. Pop this cap off, there's one here, and there's 2 on the other side. So use 10 millimeter bolt, pop all these off, and the wing will lift off. Once we have the wing off, we can get to the wiring loom to run the wire inside there. You can kind of pull it back a little bit, and you can see here's the top of that wiring loom. So what I'm going to do is going to cut this zip tie so I can lift this up, take off some of this black tape, and I'm going to run the wire through that loom so it comes out here, so that way there we don't have to puncture that, and we'll have it on this side, and then from there we'll continue to route it. Okay, so I routed it through the boot, and I'm on this side here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and tape this back up, and once it's taped back up, I'll go ahead and push this through here to seal it up, and then we'll go ahead and bolt the wing back down. Okay, so I took the excess wire, bottom of the camera in the center, little leading edge, and so I took the rest of this, I'm going to kind of tuck it up behind here and then kind of have it stick out this way, and this will all be hidden behind the cover that's here. So it can kind of look like this, but all kind of covered up, and this will be sticking out basically. So let me do that and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So now I have this routed, because when the door closes, this edge here sits along here. So this will be on the inside, and this will touch against here. And there's this cover right here will go right here. And so what I did is I heated up a screwdriver and just kind of pushed it down in the plastic, so I made a nice semicircle to kind of go around that. So when it's on here, I put a little piece of electrical tape just so it doesn't rub, and this will kind of lock into place. So right here, so now I have it all buttoned back up. I got the camera installed, got the wiring all installed, no extra slack. Really couldn't put it behind here. This is kind of bonded to glass, I think. I'm not sure if it would have been worth trying to pry this off and just to get this little bit extra. I don't mind this because I'll never really see it unless I open up the rear hatch. This is all nice and tight. Have that little notch in there, so that's not going anywhere. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a few little runs, drive around, show what the actual video looks like from the front and from the rear. If you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out, send me a message. I'll try to help you as best I can. I gotta tell you, the front only took maybe 30 minutes or less. This took a couple hours just because I was trying to take my time. The hard part was getting everything through the wiring to come up through here. I could have just been lazy and just kind of poked it through here. I've seen people do that. Just poke the wire through here and have it come up and just down into here. However, I really didn't want to do that. So I did it this way. So after a little bit of time, thought about it, I decided to go ahead, and these clips will fit on top of here. So rather than have it down here, I just kind of moved it up. Not that it really matters, but I want you to see what I decided to do it in the end. I just want to drive around those little carts where they don't need to.
I know, that's what I was telling you. We had a whole conversation about it after, and I